I, I hope we're rolling, and that is the cold open.
I don't think I Love is going to be the cold open. Props. Maybe it will be. This week on Props, Santino reveals his love for.
Are we allowed to talk about jerking off on this show?
Sure are.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Hello, Andrew Santino.
Hi, Sarah, Tiana. It's so good to be back in the studio with you after such a crazy, fun weekend.
Really?
And what happened this?
It was so fun for me.
Was it?
Because I won again.
Yeah, okay.
I'm completely undefeated on this show.
That's good. That's good for you. I mean, I'm undefeated in life, which feels a little bit better than the show.
It just like, I've never experienced this feeling as a human being. And the other cool feeling is that I know it's going to continue because you were such a loser. You even held a sign that said so. Let's take a look. If I win this week, you have to get one of those arrow signs, you know?
Yeah.
And it says, I'm a loser, and you have to spin it on the corner.
Yeah! One for me! I'm a loser! Hey man, I'm a loser! Right on, thank you, dude! Thank you for the confidence boost! I'm a loser! Woo!
I could watch that all day.
Yeah, me too,
I probably will.
Yeah, I got that sign from Gothard that his mother gave it to him
when he was born.
When he was born, yeah. He came out of the womb.
Very special to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, heirloom.
I'm glad you have it back there.
All right, well, what are we betting this week?
This week is something a little bit special and unique and different. Since we're a sports show, I just felt like we should integrate what happens when you go to live sporting events, which is snacking on junk food. So I think the loser has to intermittently take bites of hot dogs and drink beers while the show's going on.
It sounds like you're setting yourself up to be the loser.
I don't think so. I think it's just.
It sounds like you're keen on being defeated every week. So.
No. I just think this is a sports show. We should be doing something sports related, and food is always sports related, and so is beer. And you know, I just think it'd be fun for the loser to have a couple hot dogs and a beer during the course of the show. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's go. All right, the first prop on Thursday Night Football this week, we get to see Tom Brady and the Patriots hosting Andrew Luck and the Colts. The Patriots receiver issues have been glaring this year as no Pats wideout has topped 66 yards in a single game all season. A big part of that problem could be solved on Thursday night, though. The prop. In his return from a 4-game suspension, will Patriots receiver Julian Edelman have over or under 66.5 yards receiving on Thursday night?
Under. Without a doubt, it's going to be under. Here's a guy that we all love. I love sweet little Juju. I shouldn't say that because Miss Juju might be mad at me. We should rename Julian.
Or your agent.
Leon. I'm sorry, Leon is what I'm going to call him. But Edelman, listen, I love the guy. I think he's fantastic. I also think after being injured all season and coming back from an ACL tear, taking some PEDs illegally, we don't really know what it was. Me thinks it was pot and X because that's what the kids are doing, a little bit of Molly. I don't think he's going to bounce back that fast. In fact, Belichick said himself it's going to take time to reintegrate him into the system. I think there's going to be a heavy Gronk game. I think it's going to be a heavy Dorsett game.
You're wrong.
Yes, I think Julian Edelman is going to be a little baby factor and trying to find his way back into the offense.
Listen, as you know, some people go weeks and weeks and weeks without, you know.
Sex? Gotham?
Yes.
Is that what you're referring to?
I'm basically saying that Edelman is going to explode on Thursday night because he's been waiting.
You say the build-up.
4 weeks. He's been building up. Right. He's been waiting to come back in. He's been injured, so he hasn't been having sex. He hasn't been having anything except for, you know, light snacks on PEDs. So he's roided up and he's angry, and he's going to catch everything, including probably STDs from all the women that he's been sleeping with before the season started.
He's been cured, and we know that. He's been clean and cured, and we know that.
He's going to catch everything. He's definitely going to catch more than 66.5 yards worth of passes.
No chance. No chance.
Yeah, because also they have nobody else to throw to. And last week you said Josh Gordon wasn't going to catch anything. And if he did, he was going to drop it. You were completely wrong on that. that.
I was a little surprised, I'll be honest with you. He
No.
showed me up. But this kid's been he's been off the field for so long now. It's going to take a while for him to get his feet back again.
No.
And I guarantee you they're looking at this kid because he's a new addition to a team that's totally hurt, that's trying to find out a new way to get some offense going because they blow this year.
No, they definitely blow, but he's also Tom Brady's favorite receiver, so he's going to catch a lot of passes. Gothard.
Tom Brady doesn't like it when people use drugs, so we'll see if he punishes him on the field. Gothard?
I mean, Santino comes in with the drug use, you come in with his sex life, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Sarah here. I think he's ready to go off, and I think that's a touch.
Thank you.
Whatever.
He's ready to
Whatever.
explode.
He's ready to explode. That's what you liked?
Yes, it was.
You little sick perv.
I just related to him, man.
I know you did. I know you did.
Thank you, Gothard.
Ugh. Prop number 2, hockey. It's back. The NHL season kicks off tonight with 4 games and Thursday night with 10 more. The marquee matchup being an Eastern Conference Finals rematch of the Penguins and the Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals. The prop, who has more points Thursday night, Alex Ovechkin or Sidney Crosby?
Sidney Crosby.
Wrong.
4 words. All right. First of all, he's more attractive than Ovechkin, so he naturally scores more, and he deserves to score more. Ovechkin is 10,000 years old. That's a proven fact.
Really?
Sidney Crosby is 23. I think he will be forever in my mind. Anyway, and Russians are finally being caught in Washington, so I don't think that Ovechkin stands a chance against Crosby at all.
Shame, shame, shame on you. Going with looks over true talent and facts. First of all, Ovi is part of the 600 Club. The guy is a god. He is unbelievable and incredible. And how dare you say he's old? He's not that old. I mean, you and I are in our 60s.
Well, Penguins are better on the ice than a capital. What is it? I don't even know what a capital is. It's not a thing.
A capital is where the state finds its most governmental governing governments of the government of the state.
Oh,
It's Washington, D.C.
that is such bullshit, and you don't know anything.
First of all, Ovi is the He's the reason that the NHL put a ban on drinking out of the cup because the guy had so much vodka poured in and out of that thing in the offseason that they said, stop it, cut it out. That's a fact. Also, in the first 2 games of last season, he had a hat trick in Game 1 and then had 4 goals in Game 2. 7 goals total is pretty incredible. I also love how brash and rude and disgusting and hilarious and sweet this guy is. I love that he's Russian. I love that he is
a man.
A man. I love who he is and how he plays. He plays old, hard-nosed hockey.
He does play
Sidney
old
Crosby
hockey.
is a sweetheart. He's a little sweet, pretty boy. And I just think Ovi's the king, and hail the king, and I can't wait to see you busted up.
No one's doubting the fact that Ovechkin can score, but I just think Sidney scores more.
No.
And
maybe off the ice, like you said, he's a handsome boy.
Yes, but he's also a
Ugly
phenomenon.
hockey players need love, too.
He's a phenom. He's been a phenom every year. He's never had a bad season. I think he continues to score. I think he runs up the score. I think not only does he score 2, I think he scores 3 goals.
That's exactly the answer. Wrong, Gothard.
Well, it's funny because you started your argument saying, you know, Sarah's just talking about the looks, and then your entire argument was pretty much about his looks.
No, what are you talking about? I had stats.
I don't know if there was many stats in there,
There
but
was no stats.
I agree. I'm going to give her the credit because she went ahead and called how many goals, so I'll give her 3.
Yeah,
I said he's part of the 600 Club. Were you listening? And then I said he
I
had.
got so offended about the Russian comment. Is there you want to say anything more?
Yeah, I actually I support Russians as people and as country as a whole because I don't know if you remember what they can do to us, but they can scare us very, very well. Okay, I'm a little frightened. I don't want my phone hacked.
I'll give you a point out of fear. I'll give you a point out of fear.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
Wow.
You want to talk about the Russians?
That was a pity point.
That's exactly
I'm
right.
good, I'm
That's
good.
exactly right.
Prop number 3, the Major League Baseball playoffs also get started this week. Go Braves. On Friday night, we get Game 1 of the ALDS between the Indians and the Astros with aces Corey Kluber and Justin Verlander going head-to-head. And when Justin Verlander pitches in a big game, that means one thing. The prop, will Kate Upton be shown on the TBS broadcast at Game 1 of the ALDS on Friday night?
Of course they're going to show Kate Upton. Oh my God, that should be the whole broadcast, by the way. I'm calling Turner myself and being like, what are you doing showing this game that nobody cares about? What else are they going to broadcast out of Houston? Rodeos? Is that what people want to see? A rodeo? First of all, Houston is only home to the biggest mall in Texas, and that's the only thing that they have on their Wikipedia page for what they're known for. It's a garbage city. I cannot stand it. It means nothing to me.
That's not true. They're also known for their heat and nothing.
Their heat?
Yeah.
Their heat?
Their heat. They're technically a rainforest.
A hot state?
Yeah, they're a hot state.
Nobody
When
cares
she's
about
there,
Houston. She's first
she
of all,
makes it less hot.
she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, she's pregnant, so they can't wait to talk about that. okay?
She might not even be there because she's pregnant.
No, she is gonna go. She's pregnant. She wants to have the kid at the stadium. That was a direct quote from her. She said, I want to give birth to my child while my husband's on the mound. What else are they gonna show in Houston? It's gonna be Kate Upton. She's a mega babe. They love talking about her every time that they're together.
No.
Yes, yes.
She's upset. She's already so upset that he's even in the postseason again. All right, last year they got married and they had to delay the wedding a week because of his postseason.
Oh, the thing that's earning them all the money? I don't think her promo ads for video games are the thing that's holding that house together. I think it's Verlander's paycheck. So you know what, Kate Upton? Just show your baby bump, have some Tex-Mex, have a good time. You're gonna be on TBS.
Disgraceful. There's more important things to be shown during the game. Everybody wants to talk about Kate Upton, but I don't think she's as big of a deal as everybody wants to say. And also, she's very pretty, but they'll probably accidentally show the lady next to her.
Because she's not distinguishable?
Because they're dumb.
Oh, you think the camera people at TBS are dumb?
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different argument that I don't even want to get into.
Yeah,
I have some friends over at Turner, and I think I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But they're going to show Kate Upton without a doubt. It's no doubt. Gothard, you got to tell us. I don't even care that this debate isn't even over.
It's
you know
not
the
over.
truth.
It's been over. I won it.
I mean, I think you had me at of course, because Sarah brought up, she's like, there's so much other stuff to be watching. I'm trying to think of one other thing I'd be wanting to see during a baseball game.
Nothing.
So we're going to go ahead and give this to Santino 3.
It's an easy argument. Everyone wants to show that girl.
Yeah.
She got famous doing nothing.
Doing nothing?
What was she doing?
I don't know, being on the cover of magazines. Really important stuff.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, just because you don't read a magazine doesn't mean you can't be on the cover of it.
You know I can't read, and why would you say that in front of the crowd? That's embarrassing and rude.
Look, she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated with both of the Upton brothers.
Woo, woo.
When they played for the Braves, so.
Gothard and I have our own
liked
Sports
her ever
Illustrated.
since then.
We've been on Sports Illustrated before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And one of those magazines that you make at the mall?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's sweet.
Yeah.
You guys were on there together?
Yeah.
As like a little...
Smooching. My little smooch boy.
Uh-huh.
I love you.
Awesome.
Yeah, just...
That's enough of this banter. Prop number 4. UFC 229 is this Saturday night. Conor McGregor takes on the undefeated Russian Khabib Nurmagomedov. We all say Khabib. And what has been hyped as possibly the biggest fight in UFC history. Fact. The prop, will the fight Saturday night go over or under 2.5 rounds?
Over. Just like this debate, it's over. All right. I have to say that hell hath no fury, like a man angry about his bus. And Khabib is very upset about his bus. This fight has been going on since April. You think it's not going to go over 2.5 rounds?
Nope.
This guy, first of all, Conor McGregor is a drunk. He's never had 2.5 rounds of anything. He's always had way more than that. I know he fights shorter than that because he wants to get to the bar, but he's also a show-off. So he's going to want to be on TV longer, and he needs more screen time because people know he's trash as a boxer. So he wants more screen time, and it's going to go over 2.5 rounds.
So you're proving my point. People know he's trash as a boxer. And that is also very true. Khabib is the undefeated champion of the floor. Conor's going to try his best to not get taken down on the floor, so all he's going to be doing is swinging and gunning. And Khabib is the man who knocked out who knocked out...
Wrong! You're wrong. You just said something wrong. I don't even know who he knocked out, but you were wrong about it.
See how mean this is? This is you just stepping right on me? Conor knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. He's easily distracted right now. He's opening up his whiskey company that he just is starting to promo. He doesn't care about fighting anymore. This is all about being the biggest he can be in the mouths of everybody around the country. He's also never been in a championship fight that's lasted more than 2 rounds, okay? So this is just gonna be another example of Conor getting walloped by Khabib, because that's my bet. Khabib, an undefeated god, is gonna murder.
He's gonna lose in less than 2.5 rounds.
Conor's absolutely gonna lose. Not only is this thing gonna go less than 2.5 rounds, Conor's gonna lose because Khabib is the man.
Oh, I thought you were just proving my point, that he's so distracted that
he's gonna get his ass whooped.
He's gonna, oh.
He's so distracted. He's thinking about his whiskey and his Instagram posts and dressing up his kid in funny little hilarious suits, which I love, by the way, but he's gonna get his ass kicked.
Well, I think it's definitely gonna go over 2.5 because he's not as good as he used to be. I think just for that reason alone.
Because he's not as good as he used to be, it's going to go way under 2.5 rounds. He's going to get work. Khabib is going to murder McGregor. End of discussion, Gothard.
Really good arguments on both your guys' sides, so it's really hard to pick a winner, but I got to go with Santino because to pick McGregor and losing in under 3 rounds, that's a pretty bold statement, so I'll give you 7.
Losing, yeah, but what about my great joke about how he's never had 2.5 rounds of anything?
I laughed.
I feel like I should have 2.5 points just for
Well,
that.
we all know, first of all, we all know that Conor does have a less than 2.5 of something, because we saw in the McGregor pre-fight, we saw what was really going on over there. I think it was just shy 2.5 soft. I think it was pretty nice-sized ding-dong, I got to tell you.
I love how many wieners.
Because the whole thing is going to be a penis joke. It should be called penis props.
Prop number 5. On Sunday, my Atlanta Falcons go to Pittsburgh to take on Big Ben and the Steelers. Both teams have had a surprisingly rough start to the season. You can say that again. The Falcons at 1-3 and the Steelers at 1-2-1. Each team's stud receiver, Julio Jones and Antonio Brown, have also been less than their usual dominant selves so far this year, to say the least. The prop, who has more fantasy points this Sunday, Julio Jones or Antonio Brown?
Antonio Brown is garbage. Julio Jones is going to go ham sandwiches. First of all, AB doesn't have more than 100 yards in a game. Both of these people, by the way, are garbage. Sorry, and I love those guys, but both their passing defenses are the worst in the league. Julio is due. This is his time. It's his time. I can't wait to see what touchdown dance he's been practicing for 5 weeks because he's had a lot of time to prep and prepare.
He has had a lot of time.
Yeah, and I'm sure that this is when it's gonna come to a head, going up against one of the worst passing defenses in the league. I do think Julio has put in the work to get what he deserves. I know it's been a bad season for him, but I do think he's gonna turn it around as someone who can't stand the Falcons, and anybody who's from Atlanta or roots for them. Oh, I love him very much.
No.
But there's no doubt.
But he's
AB's
due.
doing nothing.
No, but Julio is due. Julio has needed a touchdown all season. He didn't have a touchdown until week 4 or 5 last year. So he's definitely due. Matt Ryan's spreading the ball around. And now with Calvin Ridley on the Falcons team, Julio is going to be open way more. But I still think that Antonio Brown gets more passes because he's Antonio Brown and they don't have any other option on the offense except for Connor, who's constantly running into a wall. Now, the Atlanta defense is trash. I could say that because we are completely hurt. But Pittsburgh's defense is trash
Just
too.
as bad.
So I would say that Antonio definitely catches more. And he's going to catch more because Julio Jones loves me. And he would want to do this for me.
Oh, you think this is all about you?
I don't think. I know that it's all about me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been texting him. I said, will you catch less passes this week?
You think we can put his number up on the
He wears number 11.
No, his phone number you've been texting with.
It's 11.
Oh, his phone number's 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, that proves my point, Catherine. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She must be off her rocker on both of these points. First of all,
I can't pick against Julio Jones. I'm being forced to
in the studio in front of my
because
son.
he chose first.
That's right, I chose first. And sometimes we don't get what we want, okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes we always don't get what we want.
Sometimes we have to spin a sign that says I'm a loser.
Yeah, we do, and I'm still proud of that.
Sarah, you're just like the Denver Broncos. You were winning the whole time, and then at the last second, you end up saying you don't even believe what you're
I don't. I'm sorry.
It's impossible
I don't.
for me to give you any points. Santino, do you have ham sandwich trademark? Is that something you got in the works?
Yeah, but you know what? I love ham sandwiches.
Why does he get to win?
I'm actually looking for a sponsor, so I'm thinking if I keep saying ham sandwiches, maybe Jersey Mike's or somebody's gonna give me some free food. I've been hungry. They don't feed us here. This is bad.
That's why the bet was a hot dog.
Yeah, it was, because I'm starving. Prop number 6. The Patrick Mahomes train continues to roll after an impressive comeback win Monday night in Denver. Mahomes threw for 304 yards and a TD, ran for another one, and completed a pass left-handed. In addition to all that, he also once again did not throw an interception, bringing his season total to 14 touchdowns and 0 picks. The prop, will or won't Patrick Mahomes continue his interception-free season this Sunday when the Chiefs host the Jags?
He won't. He's going to throw an interception. He's due, just like he was due for a less than impressive football game. I know that he threw for tons of yards and he scored touchdowns and he ran them in, but I was right about him scoring less than 3.5 touchdowns in fantasy last week, and I'm right that he won't, that he will throw an interception.
You think he will?
I think he's going to throw an interception. I think he's due. He's the son of a pitcher, so he's bound to let one slip. I think the Jags are definitely the team to do it. Jalen Ramsey actually, they didn't print his comments that he said about Mahomes, but he actually said he's going to throw an interception when they play against us, and I'm the one that's going to catch it. They didn't print that in the transcript.
They didn't print it because it's bull.
I read it in the transcript.
That's why, because it's bull. First of all, Mahomes is on fire. This kid can't be stopped. The only thing he really needs to work on is his voice. Other than that, the guy is a machine. His arm is beautiful. His awareness is incredible. His scrambling is I mean, it's beautiful. It's almost poetic, the way this kid moves around the field and is able to switch from his right to his left hand, which is probably a freak accident, but I still loved it. Listen, Travis Kelce's going to catch everything he puts in the air. The kid is 6'5". If Mahomes does anything but overthrow, then he's not going to get a pick because a guy like Travis can pick out anything out of the air, and little dump passes to Hill are going to be the other way to go. I don't think he's going to be throwing dangerous passes because it's in his head that he doesn't want to get a pick. I think it's going to be the focus.
He almost threw 2 last night, but they were
almost
dropped.
Counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
But it's not going to happen against the Jags secondary. It's not going to happen. The Jags secondary is one of the best in the league, and he hasn't truly faced a secondary like that yet. And that was the test against him in Denver last night.
I was just going to say.
It's going to be the test against the Jags this weekend, is to see, like, is he really the guy that they're all considering to be the savior?
And you bet
And I think he's a great quarterback,
He
but
is.
and maybe they win, but that doesn't mean he doesn't throw an interception. That's not what the prop bet is. The prop isn't whether or not Patrick Mahomes is trash. The prop is, will he throw an interception?
And you're right, he will not.
He will.
He will not. Gofford! No, you have 2 minutes to think about it.
Well, okay, let's talk it out. Santino, you're talking about Mahomes' voice.
Are you my therapist?
Do you have a good impression of it that you could give us here? Just
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not going to be one of those guys that everybody talks about his walk-on.
That's good.
That was good. I'm going to give it to Sarah.
Nice!
Right about the Jaguars defense. They're definitely getting a pick, tying this bad boy up.
Prop number 7, Dak Prescott threw for 255 yards on Sunday in a win against Detroit, breaking his 5-game streak of throwing for under 200 yards. Dallas travels to Houston for Sunday Night Football this week after the Texans just gave up 464 yards to Andrew Luck. The prop, will or won't Dak throw for 250 yards against the Texans on Sunday night?
This is for sure a won't. There's no doubt in my mind that Dak got his first 250-yard game this season last night. It's embarrassing and silly. This kid's going to keep the ball on the ground with Zeke, and the only reliable receiver he's really got is Cole Beasley anyway. I don't think Dak has his confidence this year, and I think last game was a testament to what he should be doing, but won't be doing next week. I'm not a fan. Also, I'm sorry. Me and the Cowboys just don't get along.
Yeah.
So I would love to have to see him start to play well because I don't dislike him, but I just know that it's going to be repetitive of what he's been doing all season, which has been inconsistency.
First of all, you said that he had a good game last night. It was over the weekend.
I said this week.
Night.
Didn't I say this
No,
week?
You said last night. You got that wrong. But also, his streak of 255 yards just started. It's going to continue.
No.
If he's already set a precedent, he's gone for more yardage in every game, and I think that continues against Houston. Obviously, they're giving up tons of points on the passing yards, so I don't see why he can't throw for more.
I do.
You do?
Because I have inside information.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What's your inside information? Jerry Jones?
That Jerry Jones has been tipping him off to now not throw for that many yards because him and Zeke have this little game that they play about how many yards can he get, and every time Zeke gets over 5 yards a carry, Jerry gives him like a little hug and a kiss and a gift card to Chili's. So he gives him these Chili's
Oh, a
gift
Chili's
cards.
gift card?
So it's in his best interest to put the ball on the ground and keep it on the ground.
No. He wants to keep his yogurt sponsorship. He's going to keep throwing. And if he doesn't want to throw away all his sponsorships.
What yogurt?
Oikos. Remember, he took over for Cam Newton.
Oikos just dropped everybody.
Oikos?
Oikos. This is Yoplait land.
Lose place for calling it Oikos.
I don't eat yogurt. I don't eat yogurt. It looks too much like man
fuzz. You should eat your words is what you should eat.
I'm not going to eat my words.
Gothard.
No, speaking of eating, it makes total sense why Dak's falling off this year. If he's getting chili gift cards every week, of course he's falling off.
No, you're just, somebody in your ear is telling you to give Andrew points.
It's us 3 in here, okay?
People feel sorry for you.
No, nobody
because
does.
I'm undefeated.
No one feels sorry for Santino.
Do you see what she's doing here?
There's nothing. But
hey,
hey,
what she's doing?
Hey guys, it all is coming down to this last round here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen Family Feud? It always works out like this.
But I've been getting pretty famous because of this job, and all my friends are getting kind of jealous. So I told one of them that they could give you guys the last prop if you're cool with that.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
What's going on? My name is Arian Foster, a.k.a. Bobby Fino. Check out my podcast, Now What, on however you listen to podcasts. It's well known that I publicly stated that I could take a wolf one-on-one, which I can, absolutely. Here's the prop. A wolf versus Roger Goodell. Who you got?
First of all, Roger Goodell, I take him in a fight
Against a wolf?
Anybody. First of all, because he's already lived 5 years past what he should be living. He survived every possible death that he could as a commissioner. Okay. He signed a year with the devil that apparently still has 5 years left. So I take him in that. Also, Arian's argument for why he could beat a wolf was that he has thumbs, and Roger Goodell has 2. And if Roger Goodell can handle being called the P word by Jerry Jones, then I think he can take another 110-pound predator, which is a wolf.
Okay. The only way that Roger Goodell would win in a fight against a wolf is if he institutes a rule where the wolf can't tackle him that high and that hard. Okay? First of all, they can run 30 miles an hour. They have razor-sharp teeth. They get 1,500 pounds per square inch on a bite. Yeah, I did some wolf research. Your boy did some wolf research. And by that math, he's going to dismember Goodell at 20 pounds a meal in less than 10 days.
Roger Goodell is a giant human being.
He's lost some weight recently. He's only about 206. That's what it says on. This is what the stat sheet says.
No, he's a
I did Goodell research. I did wolf research.
Okay.
A wolf is going to murder Roger Goodell.
That's not how he's gonna go down.
And they travel in packs, so they're gonna have friends with them.
No, if
Roger has no buddies in this bet. It's just him alone versus a wolf.
If Roger Goodell goes down, it's against his wife in a Twitter battle. That's the only way he goes down. Also, he's single-handedly taking down Patriots and Cowboys
and the
Saints.
NFL.
Yes. So you think he's not gonna get beat by a wolf?
None of those things are wolves.
Also,
none of those things are wolves. Are scary creatures that killed over 1,700 people from 1902 to 1913. That is a crazy, insane, truthful stat.
That is
you can look up yourself.
You
yes, it is.
Made that up.
I swear to God, you can look it up on the internet.
You made that up.
We used to be afraid of wolves.
I think Goodell is an amazing human being who could also get me tickets to the Super Bowl, so I take him in any fight. Thank you for watching, Roger. You look nice today.
I think you look terrible. You're gonna get beat by a wolf. Goff.
Well, Sarah made me sad by criticizing my credibility, so I'm just gonna let Arian rate this one.
Taking the wolf, actually. I don't think man versus wolf is just a done deal. I think me versus a wolf is a done deal. And I don't think Roger Goodell can fight at all. So the wolf gonna get him.
Damn, that's Arian Foster. That's it. Going after Roger Goodell.
I didn't know he was gonna have a say in this.
I also didn't know that he was gonna talk so much shiz about Roger Goodell. I think he's looking to fist fight Raj.
I think he's retired. I think that's where that talk comes from.
I know, but still, who's trying to
Congratulations, Santino.
Thank you so much.
Breaking the streak.
Woo!
First win.
It feels so good to win.
That's great. That's great that your bet was that in anticipation of
You know what I'm going to do?
I get to eat hot dogs and beer next week.
I'm going to go and get myself some Oikos yogurt and enjoy it this week.
As a reward?
As a reward for me. Goth, if you want some Oikos, I'm going to get it for you.
I'm down.
Okay? Remember, kids, go to the Yahoo Sports app and play all these props with us in the Yahoo Fantasy Slate, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. Congratulations, Andrew Santino. I'm Sarah Tiana. We'll see you next week on Props. We bet you'll be back. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Props on the Yahoo YouTube page.
Yeah, please subscribe because we need more viewers, and that's how we stay alive and eat and feed our families.
New shows come out every Wednesday. And don't forget to hit the like button right below our beautiful faces right here. That'll help us out, too.
Yeah.
Props to you if you do it right.